It's been a few days. I have not posted. I don't even. How long has it been? Let me pull out a new tab. Got a lot going on here. Yeah, YouTube. It's gonna look. I don't even know how long it's been. Like a week, a couple days. It's been 5 days. Oh my god. That video was bad. This video is bad. I should delete it. Yeah, alright, I'm just gonna go ahead and private this. Sheesh. Yeah. Not out of insecurity, it's just, I think it's bad content. I remember the town, it was like a nothing town. No offense to Avis. No offense. And two, I was trying something with the green screen. It didn't really, I don't think. Let me see here. Yeah. I mean, it's kind of cool.
I mean, it looks like a town,
It's kind of cool.
but it's a borough.
But I just look beat, bro. I'm beat now. Gosh, life update. Since you asked so nicely. It's not good. Or it's okay. I'm healthy. I'm alive. No, it actually is good, but I've been going through a lot. Relatively speaking. As far as losing my job, my super stable, well-paying job, losing it, and now kind of hustling to get in somewhere ASAP. So today, I went to a couple unions, and my goal is to be an electrician at some point. So that means like taking this math course, and then getting OSHA certified, and then getting some experience, and then hopefully within the next year I can get on as an apprentice, and then by the time I'm like in my 30s, I'm gonna be making a bank. Hopefully. Goddamn, wish me luck. Beyond that, I applied as a houseboy at the local hotel. It's like super close, so I hope I get it. It's like decent money, and I'll be able to like listen to music and like chill. I think I worked in housekeeping before, so it's like chill. I want to do something tonight because I'm like not doing anything. I'm just at home all the time. I'm unemployed, so but there's nothing really to do. It's like, what is this, Thursday night? Like on a Thursday night. But anyway, y'all know the deal. I know. Come on, get out of here. Let's do this thing. Let me fix this. I just realized. Boop. What? Oh yeah. I'm like tripping. Boop. There we go. There we go. Yeah, I'm curious. I mean, like, I feel like since it's been 5 days, I'm like refreshed. You could say. Licking, love. I love it. Licking, Missouri. Please have information. Oh god, it looks boring. Guys, instead of just like meandering, I'm gonna look another town. Shields, Michigan. Again, not a lot of info. Come on. Don't make me abandon this idea, this project. North Corbin. God, like all these towns are boring. Home Garden. No, come on, California is too popular. What is this? Ooh. Oh, now here we go. We got some storytelling. Information data. Let's go. Put then again, how the fuck you pronounce this? Wetumpka. Wetumpka, Alabama. That's gotta be like a Native American term or something. And I wonder, what? They do like meaning? Yeah. Comes from the Creek Muskegee language and translates to tumbling waters or rumbling waters. Is there water in Alabama? That might be news to me. States map. Yeah, don't mind me here. This is not what I'm looking for. Come on, y'all. Get good with these maps. Is there water in Alabama? Oh my god, why does it always do this, Safari? They don't want you zooming for some reason. Alabama? Oh, I guess so. I mean, it's on the coast of the Gulf. I don't really see any water. Bro, this is a terrible map. Whoever's doing these maps has to lock in and put the water where the water is. Come on. This is all besides the point. Wetumpka, tumbling waters, potentially water in Alabama. It is a city in Alabama. Population of 7,200. In the early 21st century, Elmore County became one of the fastest growing counties in the state. The city is considered part of the Montgomery metropolis area. Wetumpka identifies as the city of natural beauty. Among the notable landmarks are the Wetumpka crater. Ooh. The only confirmed impact crater in Alabama. Got you. Crater is 4.7 miles in diameter, and its age is estimated to be 85 million years. Damn, why are we preserving a crater though? Like, well preserved? Why? What? What are we preserving? It's like nature? Is that nature? It's not alive. Whatever. How'd I get here? Go back? Where was I? Right. Notable landmarks. The crater. They got a garden. Dude, that looks cinematic. Straight out of a movie. Bro. That shit's haunted as hell. Dang. Very cool, very cool. Full-size replica of the Temple of Hera of Olympia, Greece. That must have been what we were looking at in that image. Historic downtown Wetumpka, developed on both sides of the Coosa River. So there we go, water, river, Coosa. It was near Fort Toulouse, built by French colonists in 1717, when they had claimed this territory for the king. Who king? What king? Of who? In 2022, the city received worldwide ridicule after jailing 2 elderly women attempting to feed and neuter stray cats. Alright, to attempt to feed a stray cat is so different than attempting to neuter a stray cat. To just lump those in together like that is crazy. So, yeah, maybe they were acting up here, doing a little much. The place name Wetumpka is derived from the Muskegee Creek Native American language, meaning rumbling waters. We did learn that. Curiosity. Is believed to be a description of the sound of the nearby Coosa River at the rapids of the Devil's Staircase? The Devil's Staircase? Janesville, Wisconsin? Oh shit. We got one here in Wisconsin? Wait a second. Now I've got, like, to see this. Don't mind me. I've never seen this. And I've been in Wisconsin. Devil's Staircase. Half a mile long. What makes it so devilish, though? Now let's look at the one in Alabama. Holy smokes, dude. Way gorgeous. Oh, man. The roar of the rapids reportedly could be heard for miles before the construction in the 20th century Walter Bolden Dam and Jordan Dam, when the river was captured as a reservoir behind the dam. Okay. After being forced west to Indian Territory, present-day Oklahoma, by United States soldiers under the Indian Removal Act. Fucking crazy. Just let that settle. Indian Removal Act. They made a law. They made an act. The Muskogee named their major settlements there Wetumpka after the historic village. Alright. Wetumpka. Oh, we got some history now. As if. What was this? The etymology? Oh, right. Just talking on the term. Gotcha. Wetumpka was long settled by the Muskogee people whose territory extended through present-day Georgia and Alabama. Their largest towns were on the bank of the Coosa and at its confluence with the Tallapoosa River at Wetumpka and Tallahassee. Now what is it? Tallahassee? I almost said Tallahassee. Okay, well, that's where it is. French and British colonization. Here we go, boys. Lock in. Colonization. After moving the 1702 settlement of Mobile to Mobile Bay in 1711, John Baptist Lemoyne, Sieur de Bienville. God, man, these pronunciations are going to be the death of me. They sent an expedition up the Alabama River to establish a fort in the interior of the colony known as La Louisiane, or New France, to stop the encroachment of British colonists and to foster trade and goodwill with the Creek. Man, wild times, surely. Bienville directed the construction of Fort Toulouse. Okay. Along the Coosa River, above the confluence of the Coosa. Okay. The French traded at Wetumpka and garrisoned Fort Toulouse until 1763, where they ceded the territory to the British following defeat in the 7 Years' War. Now, I know you guys, if you guys know about wars, you probably know all about this, but I don't know about this. What is the 7 Years' War? It's a war that lasted 7 years. The warring states were Great Britain and Prussia fighting against France and Austria. That's all I really need to know. I should really study up on, like, war. I don't know much. I read The Art of War. I know all about America's involvement in war. But as far as, like, anything before World War II, I'm like, I don't really know. To be fair, it's 2025. Like, do I need to know? It's probably good to know. Anyway, for nearly a quarter century, the British had control of this area. Several Scots and Irish traders, such as McGillivray and Weatherford, were active in this region. Hell yeah, they was active. They married into the Creek matrilineality. At times called matrilineal, is the tracing of kinship through the female line. It may also correlate with the social system in which people identify with their... Okay, I don't care. Holy moly. Their descendants became important Creek leaders because of their mother's status. United States rule. After Britain was defeated in the American Revolutionary War, it ceded its territories east of the Mississippi River. Guess bearing with my terrible reading. I'll get better, surely. Just give me time. So yeah, after Britain was defeated in the American Revolutionary War, it ceded its territories east of the Mississippi River to the United States in 1783. In 1798, the U.S. made this part of the Mississippi Territory after cessions from the states of Georgia and South Carolina. Between 1800 and 1812, European American pioneers began to arrive, many with enslaved African American laborers, and encroach on the lands of the Southeast Indian tribes. Sheesh, man. These were some bad dudes, some devilish dudes, surely. By the early 19th century, there were tensions among the Creek, with young men of the Upper Creek promoting a rival of religion and traditional culture. The Lower Creek, more influenced by settlement and trade with the European Americans in Georgia, becoming more assimilated. In addition, in 1811, the Shawnee chief Tecumseh. I'm gonna open a new tab. Of the upper Northwest, appealed to the Creek to join his Western Confederacy to drive out and exterminate the European settlers of the Appalachians. Dude, this guy was a legend. He died at 45, killed in the Battle of Thames. Wow. Wow. Native American resistance to the U.S. expansion. Rest in peace. How do you pronounce this? Pronunciation.
Tecumseh.
Tecumseh. Tecumseh. Okay. I'm just like reading it at this point. When the U.S. declared war on Britain in June 1812, the Upper Creek lost the assistance of the British, but they persisted with war against American settlers in the area. Upon receiving the news of the massacre at Fort Mims, whose refugees included many Lower Creek American settlers, appealed for government help. General Andrew Jackson led a militia with members of Tennessee, Mississippi, and Georgia and attacked the creek in Alabama. The path the militia traveled became known as Jackson's Trace. Andrew Jackson, bro? The $20 bill guy? Yeah, I know. What am I doing here? Come on. Jackson's forces won a decisive victory at the Battle of Horseshoe Bend. He moved on to Fort Toulouse, where he directed its repair. During his absence, the site was renamed Fort Jackson in his honor. Jackson made the fort his headquarters during the War of 1812. The newly created Montgomery County held its courts there. The defeated Creek were forced to sign the Treaty of Fort Jackson, which ceded to the United States 23 million acres of Creek lands, much of the remainder of the territory in Georgia and most of central Alabama. After the war, many of Jackson's Tennessee militia returned home, collected their families and belongings, and brought them back to settle near the fort. Yeah, man. This is the kind of stuff that interests me. This is real history. And this provides real perspective on the world. Or I wouldn't say the world, but the United States. Just knowing where we came from, like how vile and evil, truly, like just territorial. I'd love to have it explained to me how this made sense on Jackson's part. I don't know. Sometimes I wonder, like I question myself. I'm like, am I being like, is this like an ego thing that I disagree with, like a morality thing, or maybe I'm missing information? But no, I don't know. I doubt it. I bet it's just fucked up. Wetumpka, Alabama. Growth and incorporation. Settlers, mostly from Georgia and the Carolinas, flooded into the fertile land that the Creeks had been forced to give up. With its strategic location at the river confluence, Wetumpka quickly became an important center of agricultural trade. The city was formally incorporated in 1834. Whew, that was quick. Cotton was the commodity crop of the new state of Alabama. So not only did they go to war and kill a bunch of Indians, native people, totally, how you say, like, victimless, like, innocent people, they then replaced it with an industry of slave workers. Oh man, it's been 23 years where I've been taught this and I learn it, and I'm constantly learning about these kinds of things, and then even now I still have a hard time like accepting it or letting it settle. Like I almost don't want to believe it. And again, like this is coming from a white guy. Like I don't really necessarily have to think about these things, but it just, I do. It's crazy. It's fucking wild. So crazy, man. And to think that there's a huge slave trade market today, 2025. It makes me wonder, like, what we're doing as a society. Like, we're just going to work. We're just going to work. Hold on. Bruh. Yeah. Let's not get dim. Let's keep going. Wetumpka became a cotton boom town. The new city was divided in half. The part on the eastern bank of the river was commercial, with banks, stores, hotels located in Coosa County. The western section was residential, with houses and churches laid out on a grid pattern of streets. Dang. They got cooking. Like, as soon as they got that land, they're like, bah, 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 get it all going. By 1836, so 10 years later, the city's population was 1,200. Harper's Weekly asserted that Wetumpka, Alabama, Chicago, Illinois are the most promising two cities of the West. Wow, Chicago and Wetumpka. That's really interesting, because I'd never heard of Wetumpka, ever. The city commissioned a steamboat to ferry passengers and cotton between Wetumpka and Mobile. The same forces contributing to Wetumpka's growth were shifting the balance of power within Alabama. A standoff between the farmers of the Tennessee Valley, centered in the former capital of Huntsville and the old mercantile wealth of Mobile, had resulted in the capital being located for many years at Tuscaloosa. I see. By 1845, the cotton planters in the interior Black Belt, rich black soil, much of it in the soil order vertices. Had become some of the wealthiest in the country, and power was shifting towards the southern and central part of the state. Both the Black Belt cotton barons and the Mobilians, once the capital moved, compromise indicated a new centrally located capital accessible by river and steamboat. The lead contenders were Wetumpka, then straddling old Otega and Coosa counties, and the newer city of Montgomery, a few miles south. Neither city had a majority of support. Representatives from North Alabama, enraged that the capital was being moved from Tuscaloosa, were indifferent to either site. Just before the vote, Montgomery lured an expensive French chef to the new hotel that had been built to house the state's representatives if Montgomery were selected. That's what we call a good old-fashioned bribe. The city distributed elegant menus to the statesmen. The promise of luxury swayed the vote, and Montgomery won. That same year, a fire broke out in Wetumpka, burning warehouses and many commercial buildings. Sus. The charred bricks were carried downriver to Montgomery to supply the building boom in Alabama's new capital. That is so sus. War and Flood. Oh, what a title. Though their civic pride was wounded by losing the capital to Montgomery, Wetumpka's planters, merchants continued to flourish throughout the antebellum period. They promoted a plan to build a lock and dam so that boats would be able to pass through the fall line and travel up the Coosa as far as Rome, Georgia. One famous resident was William Lowndes Yancey, a firebrand newspaper editor and statesman who was an influential advocate of states' rights, slavery, and Southern secession. Sheesh! Holy moly. This guy? Yeah. February 1861, representatives from 7 southern states met in Montgomery to form the Confederate government, inaugurating Jefferson Davis as their president on the steps of the Alabama state capitol. The first 6 states to succeed were those whose residents owned the most slaves in the South. The same year saw the majority of Wetumpka's male population going off to war. Wetumpka was never harmed by federal troops. No Union troops entered the area until early 1865, and they were driven to reach Montgomery to punish the former Confederate capital before the war ended. Oof. Veterans of the war returned to a city and region whose economy had been completely destroyed. In 1866, a Reconstruction government drew up new plans of counties for the state. Where's the flood? Despite this, the city's future seemed grim. Before the war in 1850, the population had reached about 4,000 to become the 3rd largest city in the state, behind Mobile and Montgomery. By 1870, it had decreased like 3-fold, with black residents outnumbering whites by a margin of 594 to 543. In 1880, 816 residents. By 1890, it had declined to 619 and would bottom out at 562 by 1900. That's insane. There must have been literally nothing there. Like a couple fields, houses, people lived. That's it. Not until 1950 would it return to population it had a century earlier. In 1886, the worst flood in city history inundated the West Bank and most of downtown. The bridge connecting the city's 2 halves were washed away, and more than a year passed before it was replaced. A number of How dare I move on so fast? I'm just like in mode. I'm just reading. Okay. There's the flood. Not all that interesting. No offense. Yeah, I mean, just some info. Lynchings. Oh, God. Who am I? A number of lynchings took place in and around Wetumpka during the late 19th and early 20th century. The largest lynching took place on June 17, 1898, when a mob of 500, described as some of the best and most prominent citizens of Elmore and Coosa counties, stormed a county jail where Solomon Jackson, Camp Reese, Louis Spear, and Jesse Thompson were being held. A few prominent citizens and Methodist minister tried talking the mob away from violence, but they were unsuccessful. The sheriff had hidden the jail keys so the mob couldn't get into the cells, but they took a crowbar and took the cell doors off their hinges and kidnapped 4 men. The mob originally planned to burn them alive, but thought that troops would intervene, so instead, the men were hanged. Wow, how kind. That's how you show mercy. No, that's so fucked up. Oh man, that is insane. 500 people. Can you imagine the fear that would? Can you imagine the fear? I mean, you're already in jail. You're already discriminated against. You've already had your life taken from you. And then this happens. And people, I don't mean to say people generally, but a lot of people that look like me, they almost reject the notion of, say, like empathy, like empathizing the black experience. Like they're like, oh, like there's nothing that they can do that we can't do. Like, oh, like there's equal rights. And like, sure, to an extent today, I would say that there are equal rights and equal opportunity. But when you go back even just 100 years and you read accounts like this, and just imagine like the grief and the emotion, just even fear. Imagine all of that repressed rage that you have to live with, knowing that your ancestors were treated this way. I'm not trying to come off like some white savior. I'm really trying to feed perspective, because any dude, yeah, just that all lives matter bullshit. That's really what I'm talking about. Moving on. With empathy. Moving on. Progress. The first paved road linking Wetumpka with Montgomery was completed in 1924. Montgomery continued to grow during the 2 world wars because military spending in the region and the growth of the state government. Bro. Alabama, bro. By the 1950s, the ubiquity of the automobile allowed Wetumpka's residents to commute to Montgomery for work. There we go. Progress. That stuff really interests me. Like, I wish I could live longer than 100 years so that I could fully study and understand and retain the impact of certain technologies, like the butterfly effect, or like the spider web of culture and society that we have today, because today is so scrambled. Like, you're watching me in a corner, like reading a Wikipedia article. Like, nothing's real, bro. It's crazy. Anyway, cat ladies. In 2022, 2 women were arrested and charged for feeding feral cats. Right, we were reading about that. Why though? Just feeding? They did not mention the sterilization. Come on, y'all. You are neutering these cats too. Come on. Which is not a crime. Sentence Beverly 85 and 61 each 2 years unsupervised. 2 years? 10 days in jail. The jail sentence was suspended. They are also ordered each to pay $100 in fine. Why is this a thing? I don't care about this. This is nothing. But okay. Little fun fact. And to put this, like, anywhere near this is crazy. Neo-Confederate activity. Wetumpka is the base of the Southern Cultural Center, a neo-Confederate group. Oh shit. They have a website and a Facebook group. Guys, this is bad vibes. Core beliefs. We stand for our own sublime cultural inheritance. What does that mean, dude? The tenets of Christian faith, over man-made laws. Christian faith provides the surest means of securing the welfare of all mankind. Southerners are a people bound by a common history and culture that defined our flags. Southerners have respect for human life in all stages. Doesn't sound racist, which is like good. And most Christian morals are good. Trying to see the bright side, you know. It's still giving white supremacy, but is a true constitutional confederation of sovereign independent states who separately order. Okay. Alright then. What's your mission, brother? We support the Christian values, culture, and heritage of the Southern people and their freedom and independence in our own land. Got it. What's poppin' though? What we got going on here? This Saturday, y'all, go join the Jamboree, which is festival, y'all. Go ahead. Let's get back to business. In August 2025, Eric Orwell, co-founder of Return to the Land, was invited to speak at the Southern Cultural Center meeting. Return to the Land has established an all-white community in Arkansas. Fuck, dude, I knew it. The group seeks to use First Amendment right to freedom of association to establish communities that can skirt anti-discrimination and fair housing laws. Return to the Land is planning 3 additional communities in the Deep South or Appalachian regions, with maps indicating Alabama to be a future site. Guys, I hate to think like this, or I hate to push like my propaganda, but when you think about it, they're talking about Southern history, talking about protecting these values and stuff, and like, but you want to talk about history, then it's not even your fucking land, and the South is built on genocide, so how Christian is that? And then two, it's like you're ignoring that history and pretending like history started when you showed up on that land, and like you want to protect that. You want to, and what that was slavery and genocide. I'm sorry, but climate looking pretty hot, honestly. About 7,000 is growing in population. Dude, pray for this 26%. Goddamn. Wetumpka on TV in July 2020. Wetumpka was chosen out of cares? HGTV's hometown. Okay. 4 major films have been filmed on location. Rosa Parks Story. The Grass Harp. Big Fish. That's a good movie, I think. Wetumpka is the home of Alabama's greatest natural... Right, a meteorite. Which we looked at and analyzed. Scientists have estimated that the energy released by the impact was over 175,000 times the energy of a nuclear bomb detonated in Hiroshima. That's insane. Oh, man. The impact zone included the immediate crater. Guys, hold up. Can you picture that? That could happen today. It could happen right now. Anywhere, too. Like, we are not safe. Jasmine Hill Gardens, an outdoor museum built in the 1930s by a family who spent many years in Greece collecting replicas and ancient statuary. The gardens are closed and will not reopen. What? I'm breaking in. I gotta see that. Christmas on the Coosa. Christmas on the Coosa. Christmas on the Coosa. Porch Creek Casino. I don't know. The only federally recognized tribe in Alabama, the Porch Band of Creek Indians. I hate this. I've read this in a previous video. But yeah, to say a federally recognized tribe is insane. That's insane. It's like, bro, why does the government get to decide who is and who is not a recognized tribe? Recognized? Disgusting. Built a casino. I think I talked about too, like how fucked up it is that we in exchange for the genocide of your people and the encroachment of your land and culture, etc., the erasure of such things, we're gonna give you money. What is money, you ask? Oh, it's just fake. It's not real. But we pretend that it's real, so yeah, here's money. Oh, well, yes, I can buy things and own things. Fuck, dude, America, bro, America. The older I get and the more that I learn, it's just like, nothing's real. We are pretending. But, you know, we like to pretend. I like it. It's fun. Have a good time, right? Don't have a bad time. Okay. The United States Postal operates. Okay, I don't care. Notable people. Maybe you guys know who any of these people are. I don't. Don't know any of these people. Wait, Fitzpatrick? Was that girl? This is the painter. It's the painter's house, I'm assuming? Some rural ass shit, man. Some real south. It's kind of coming together today. I mean, it's just gorgeous, man. Anywhere with a lake, anywhere with water, like, it's just gonna be, yeah, pretty. Sheesh. This is the crater? Oh, yeah, let's get a closer look at that. You notice? Maybe at the beginning of the video it was like light and now it's dark. Coming up, we're creeping up on 7 p.m. I just want to look at pictures. Just want to look at the pictures, but okay. Dude, let's get this dude to tell us all about it. Let's get this guy. I can't hear you, bro. Oh, TikTok's fucking web player. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. Let's maybe not be here. This is the casino. Why do all casinos look like this, man? Alright, I'm gonna pull up the maps. We're gonna get out of here soon because it's getting boring. Do it again, like so small. I feel like I could count the streets. So much history in this land. It's just all going through my brain as I'm scrolling through. It's the Coosa River. There's the Appalachians, should be up here. Sheesh, bro. The Coosa River. Where does it go to? Mississippi River? There's a whole scroll. I'm gonna trace it. I'm gonna get to the origin. Ooh, a lake. Still at the Coosa though. Damn, this Coosa River goes forever. It's beautiful. Dude, you think about a river, like, it's so wow. It's like, guys, where are we? Still in Alabama? Come on. Let's go. We are gonna get there. Go, 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 go. Woo! Look at this lake. Coosa, Coosa, Coosa. Coosa River. Dang, we getting thick now. Real thick. Sheesh. Somebody explain this? Will somebody explain this? No way, is this it? It's gotta keep going. It keeps going. Coosa, Coosa. Oh, guys, Coosa. We're in Georgia. Let's keep it rolling. Yup, still rolling. Oop, oop. Yep, my bad, my bad. Coosa River, come on. Wait a second, this is not Coosa. What happened? Coosa River, and then a different river. Wow, bro, that's bogus. They played Coosa. They just totally changed it. Where does it go though? I mean, I could just Google this stuff. I didn't have to do all that. They must just keep going. Here are the Appalachians. It's pretty far from wetumpka. But it's apparently got like amazing soil. What is this place? Sports complex? Sports. Theater guild. That's pretty cool. Alright, we'll catch Street View one time. Why does everywhere in America look like this? Everywhere. Like, just, if I were just looking like this, I'd be like, oh, this is where I live. This is down the street. I do remember visiting Georgia. It's pretty far, but from wetumpka, but it was very green and hilly. That's what I'm noticing about this, is it's very green. Blue skies, white clouds, all good vibes. Love that for you guys. I think that's gonna do it. Was gonna do it. Once again, and always, thank you for joining. Thank you for being here. Why are you here? And yeah. Peace. Love. Take care of yourselves.